Director of External Affairs for the Missouri One Call System, and this month is National Awareness for, what do you call it? This
National Safe Digging Month.
National Safe Digging. So this is important.
It is, yeah, it certainly is.
Yes, I mean, you can get into a lot of trouble if you don't follow this, right? So what type of awareness, how are you creating awareness, and what do we need to know?
Yeah, well, we do a lot of television interviews, a lot of radio interviews this time of year. You know, this time of year really where a lot of folks get out and they really start earnestly kind of planting their gardens and their flowers and start those projects. So we're out raising awareness on it, doing things like this, and we're advertising galore. Because
you can really run into some problems if you don't do this first. So what kind of steps do we need to take? Is this for everybody? Who needs to take these steps before they would dig?
It's a great point. So everybody in the state, no matter where they're at, they're required to use our system if they're doing any kind of excavating whatsoever. It doesn't matter if they're using a shovel or a machine, doesn't matter how deep they're digging, doesn't matter where they're digging. They're required to contact us by law. They're required to contact us at least 3 days in advance before they begin that work, and then the utilities will come out. You've probably seen it out, and I've seen it on the way here actually. Paint marks, flags all over the place, and that's to show you where those utilities are at and hopefully avoid hitting them.
And we want to follow those marks well, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's a risk that people could really get into gas lines, electric lines, things that could hurt them or kill them. You know, we certainly don't want that. That doesn't happen very often, fortunately, but you know, they can get into fiber optic telephone lines, things like that that could be extraordinarily expensive to repair. So it's better safe than sorry to use our system. It's free, doesn't cost them anything but a few minutes of their time.
Really, you want to give that few minutes of your time. They're showing some pictures of some things now, and then in a moment we'll see some that really went wrong. I mean, like what do we have here?
Yeah, that's a directional drilling machine. So there's a lot of utilities that are being installed right now using that type of machine. They can't even see the utilities when they're using that drill. So basically, they're just drilling under the ground, and that obviously got into a gas line and created
so this is serious business. I mean, this could happen, and it could. I mean, you said even if you're using a shovel. That's what I wondered. Is this applies to homeowners as well?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it applies to both homeowners and professional construction folks and excavators. Doesn't matter who it is. It's required that they call us.
Now, what if you don't use the system? What are some of the consequences?
Well, you could certainly get into one of those utilities, and you could create.
Look at that.
Yeah, you could create an issue there, but you could potentially be fined too, up to $10,000 per violation, on top of the obvious cost for repairs if they damage those lines. So that's usually, you get into those fiber optic lines, you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars to repair those. But the biggest concern for us really is folks getting into gas lines and electric lines to hurt themselves.
Yes, so we want people to be safe, not just, we want to make sure that they go through the right process. And how long does that process usually take?
It's a 3-day process. Yeah, it's a 3-day process, so they call us if they want to just start working on Saturday. Call us by Tuesday, by Friday night, should be good to go.
Okay, so it doesn't take long.
Nope.
It's definitely worth your time, and
absolutely.
It gets serious when we look at some of those pictures there. I mean, I know that probably wouldn't happen when you're digging in your lawn, but like you said, with the fiber optics and all that, it could end up costing them a whole lot of money.
Yep, that's absolutely right. Better safe than sorry. Save yourself some time and hopefully cost and do the right thing.
Yes, and it's a free charge. I mean, 100%. Free of charge, yes.
Yep, 100% free of charge.
And then we have a phone number that you can call so that you can make sure and get the right information and make sure that you don't hit any of those lines and take care of things. So we can see that your phone number is on the screen right now, and that's the way to go about it.
Yeah, or 811 is a nationwide call before you dig numbers. Doesn't matter if it's here in Missouri or over in Kansas or Oklahoma.
Okay, great information. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it. And coming up next on Living Well, my friend and yours, that's Living Well producer Dave Smith. He's back with another edition of Family Fun Night. So stay with us because we're going to be right back with him and take a look at one of the events in your community calendar. We'll be right back with more Living Well.